Hi guys, it's your girl Bianca, and today is more of a formal video because I'm actually sitting down in a chair and I'm not laying down on the couch. But today marked the first week of the semester, and the semester has ended. So I am taking pharmacology and foundations, and I wanted to talk to you about these two classes, and I also wanted to show you how I'm studying for these two classes too. Hopefully, it can help someone out there because it's definitely helping me and helping me keep me accountable. Um, I am taking Pharm and Foundations. So I have two binders. I only have the Pharm one today because I had only Pharm today, and I intend to study Foundations tomorrow night. But I'm still on campus. I told myself that Mondays and Fridays, I will stay on campus longer. One, to beat traffic, and two, to go over my notes and go over the lectures and stuff from class, so that way I can focus more here. Because when I'm at home, I officially came to the conclusion that I can't study at home because it's just too distracting. One, my dad gets on my nerve because he's hella annoying. Two, my little sister can be very annoying too. And my little brother, I mean, he's always in his own, so he doesn't bother me or whatever. But I figured when I'm here, I feel more productive and it's like super quiet. So right now, I'm in a classroom that has no students in it for the rest of the night. My class ended around 4:30 or so. And so now I'm going to study, but I spent probably like an hour just like, I guess decompressing or whatever before I get started. And so I'm going to show you guys how I have my binder. Sorry, my ear's itching. How I have my binder set up, or what's to come. So this is my binder for pharmacology, and right now I have Pharm the number, and right here I have the. I can't believe my tooth has spread out so much. It never used to be this. I never used to have a gap like that. But anyway, um, in Pharm, we only have four tests and four tests only. We don't have no discussion questions. We don't have no projects, just these four tests. So you got to do good on the four tests in order to pass the class. So here are the exam dates I put on the front of the binder, and I put the unit number on here of what's going to be covered in the exam. And I'm feeling kind of bold because I'm feeling good about this semester, and I think after I do every exam I'm going to put my grade on there. So kind of like an accountability thing to study and just like get my be focused, whatever. So here's the unit, and for each unit we have a list of drugs that we have to go over. And thankfully our final exam is not cumulative. It's based on the unit. So when you open my binder, I have my tabs arranged via exam. For example, I have exam 1, 2, and 3 and 4. And when you open the tab, it has the lectures that we will be going over for that exam. Cool? Cool. I actually got this study tip from Fatima Francesa, because I was like, oh my gosh, she's always pulling like A's and B's and stuff like that. No, A's. And I'm like, damn, I really want to get A's. And so what I did was I just started she's mentioned print out the lectures that the professor's going to go over and write notes, and then rewrite your notes. Girl, let me tell you, that has helped me tremendously. So that's how I'm going to stick with this. So, yeah, so I have, and also she gave us a list of drugs that will be tested upon too. So I actually put the exam number for the list of drugs. So for example, exam 1 is unit 1 to 3. We don't have drugs for unit 1, but we definitely have drugs for unit 1 and 2. And R1 and R2 means columns. Okay, so that's one column of drugs, and then R2 is another column of drugs. When I first got it, I was looking at it and I was like, dang, we only got this much drugs? It's gonna be cool. And I started thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, I thought we had like 100 drugs that we needed to know as nurses. Voila. Then I realized that is divided like this. So then I put this here so I don't forget. And also I did the same for exam 2. I put it there so just that way I know. And our professor was so kind to include this study aid on our for our class today. And I have, of course, the exam. This is unit 1 to 3. Well, unit 2 to 3 medications, and she also has the I put the date of when we're going to be taking the exam, and she put the list of drugs that we will be tested upon, and it's all here. And then also it's she put a list of definitions that we need to know, like pharmacokinesis, the 4 phases of pharmacokinetic, all that other good stuff. So she has that there. So this is like a really good study aid that I'm really, really like excited that she gave to us. And then I actually have this on the front of the page because it highlights all of the drugs, and it's not just drugs for exam 1. The study sheet that I just showed you, this one, I don't have my whole, oh yes I do. I also always carry a hole puncher. I have my hole puncher here, and I'm just gonna like hole punch it so that way I can put it in my folder and under exam 1, so that way I can stay organized. Because last semester I got organized towards the end of the semester, and that made a really big difference in how well I did. So learned early on, get organized quickly if you can. And if you find that you're having a little trouble getting organized, try to find out what people are doing that helps them, and you do that. Because I have a friend who likes to take hand notes. I mean, I like to take hand notes too, but I find that when I'm taking hand notes, the teacher just goes on and on and on, and I'm trying to write everything that she's saying, and I forget what she's saying for real. So I was like, when Fatima Francesa mentioned that, I'm like, yes, I can do that. I can do it. So that's what I do. Print out the PowerPoints, bought a printer, and I be killing trees every time I print. Anyways, also our professor, our instructor has outlined the chapters that she's going to go over, and also has PowerPoints that she's going to go over and the day that she's going to go over them. So I printed out the PowerPoints for this week and next week. I had to order, I just got my ink today, so I'm going to print out the rest for the rest of the semester and put it in here. So for example, let me show you exam 1 stuff that we covered today. We covered 2 chapters today, and I'm going to show you how I take my notes and what works for me. Also, do what works for you. I'm just shedding light on what I learned from someone else, and it has helped me tremendously. And hopefully, if you see that you're struggling with studying, you can adapt this method or try it out and see if it works for you. So this is the first page of what we went over today, and everything that you see here is stuff that she mentioned and said that was very important, and little notes that I made so that I can remember. So chapter 2 mainly is talking about like the drug phases, how drugs are moving, and how they're moving. This is all about drug movement, okay? How it gets into where it needs to get to in order to start the absorption on the cellular level, which is on a whole nother paper. But chapter 2, she mentioned that drug phases, the 1 and 2, movement and cellular level. This is cellular. This is the movement. And right here, I just made a note because she said these are the stages of drug movement after ingestion, and she made that comment while she was on this slide. So I wrote that down there, and the little things that she put out there, like, good to know stuff, I wrote it down there too because, and, she mentioned that, some of this stuff you probably don't need to know, but it's good to know because it probably won't be on the test, but it's good to know for your nursing career. Since I'm taking foundations, I was like, what, I'm just going to write this shit down because when I need to refer to something, I have this to look at, So, for example, she gave us some words and, blah, 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 blah. And I wrote them down. And for example, she told us that heparin and insulin cannot be given by mouth due to the first pass effect, which is when the liver metabolizes the drug. The first pass, the liver metabolizes because it's like, what the hell is this? So the liver's going to metabolize that, and then the remaining of the medication goes through the bio something, bio liquid or bio something, whatever. It's on my other slide. I don't have it, but basically I realized, I'm like, okay, oh, first pass effect, liver filters it, remaining is bioavailable, gets distributed, and produces drug effect. So I was like, okay, let me write that down. And that's good to know about heparin and insulin, because diabetes is a very common drug, and I might get a question on my test or even on the NCLEX that talks about administering insulin via mouth, PO. And I need to know that, and I want to remember that these two drugs you can't be given to by mouth, because if you give it to by mouth, the first effect is going to really mess it up. So that's why these drugs can only be given intramuscularly, because so they can slow release or what do that stuff yet. And I might be wrong, don't quote me, but this is just kind of, trying to do critical thinking here. But yeah, and that's what I do. And this is what it looks like. And I just write my notes, and this is everything that she said, and any tidbits that I need to remember, I put it on my thing. So that way I don't feel like I am writing everything she says, and plus I pay closer attention in class, and it's I'm less likely to get distracted when I'm looking at the slide, and I don't have to worry about her moving her slides all extra fast and stuff like that. And also what I did was, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transfer this information to this, so that way I can, one, reiterate, and two, remember, and putting it and remembering, so I can always look at it and stuff like that, and I'm going to put it behind this chapter. Also what I did was, you see how she mentioned the heparin and insulin, and for example, she mentioned a drug that has high toxicity, or warfarin and something. She said that it's a drug, meaning that it has high protein. So you can't give two drugs with high protein together, or drug, because if you do that, then one drug is going to stop the other one from working. You're going to have a high level of drug in the body, which creates a toxicity, and we don't want that. So what I did was, I went and I found the drug on our medication list, and I put DD, for example, here, which is the penotiatin, and I put it DD, and I put HP, meaning high protein. So when I'm looking at it, I can remember, okay, this drug is this, whatever. So when I'm reviewing my notes, I know. So yeah, that's an example of how I personally am studying for this class and remembering the information, because I feel like it helps. And she mentioned, doing drug cards, which I also intend to do as well. And just making things into my own words, so that way I can better remember it. And, using this information not only just for Pharm, but applying it critically with foundations. And so that is how I study for pharmacology. Yeah, I hope you learned something, and I hope this helped you, in case if you're struggling, or I don't know how I'm gonna study for it. I really hope that helped a lot. And also another thing that I do is I use this app. I'm sorry, I'm going on and on and on, but this is information that I think you'll really benefit from, because it's helped me a lot. There's a few apps. There's this RN Mentor right here. Oh shit. Oops. This is the Pharmacology drug, and this is I haven't used that one yet, but I wanted to show you RN Mentor that I have right here is really awesome, because it has NCLEX style questions on there that you can practice on. And you can also, if you go to new quiz, for example, I'm taking Pharm and Foundation, so before test time, and even right now, what I'm going to do is create What I'm going to do is create a customized quiz, clinical area, and then I'm going to do foundations and then click off the rest. And if I was doing pharmacology, I would do it like that too, for example. I'm just going to do one question, 1 minute, okay? And I'm going to begin, and there's my question. A nurse is teaching a 9-year-old client about cystic fibrosis. Which of the following is a correct statement by the nurse about the disease process? And here are the answers. Post drainage will help you feel better. The dietitian recommends these meals are best. Your milk is thick because if I, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to go ahead and select C because that is correct, okay? And then you select it and it's the correct answer, and then you go to rationale and it tells you why the answer is correct. And if you chose something else, it'll tell you why that answer is not correct. So that's what I do, and that's actually what I've been doing for the past, I'd say I found out about this probably like 10 weeks, 9 or 10 weeks ago. And that's what I do when I have downtime or I feel like I need to be on my phone. That's what I do. So I hope this message finds you well, and I hope you learned a lot from it. So I'm going to actually start studying now, rewriting my notes and looking over stuff and looking in my book because we do have some reading. And I will talk to you later. Bye. And y'all, look. Let me tell you something. Nursing school life is life for real. Because my eyebrows are messed up. My hair is, my wig looks raggedy. Okay? But guess what? It's easy, simple. The last thing I need to be worried about is like how I'm going to do my whatever. All right. I'll see you later. Bye.